What's up guys, edrone here, and today we're going to be doing the maiden line of sight flight with my new MJX Bugs 3. Stay tuned. Welcome to the maiden line of sight flight for my MJX Bugs 3 drone. You can see the orientation in which I have it. I haven't connected the camera or the extended legs. Just gonna fly it around the yard. As you can see, we've got a little bit of wind going on here. We're now hitting that nice fall weather. So what I want to do is get this drone up and just kind of fly it around, see how it handles, just like this. And in a different video, we'll connect the bottom camera and do some comparison with stabilization footage and stuff like that. But today is literally just going to be a line of sight flight for the MJX Bugs 3. This is the first time I have flown this drone, so just bear with me. Hopefully we can get through it just fine. I went ahead and read the instructions. Let's try to find a good little takeoff spot here. Let's go over here. I always like taking off in my driveway anyway. Okay. So, got my batteries in the transmitter here. I've got a freshly charged battery in the Bugs 3, and I used the stock charger. It took about 5 hours. Wow. Yeah, we got to get that adapter so I can use my hobby grade charger. So, first thing we need to do is let's see if it's bound. I'm going to see just how it's set from the factory. I haven't bound anything, haven't done anything. Let's just see if it is bound. So we're going to turn on the transmitter. We got a green light. Now, go ahead and plug in the Bugs 3. Make sure it's plugged in correctly. Okay, we got some chiming going on. Got some LED lights flashing for the gyro calibrating. And on the front of the MJX Bugs 3 is some LEDs. LED light there on the arms, and it just went solid. See that? Now that the LED is solid, that means the gyro calibration is complete. Okay, let's see if we can get the quadcopter to arm. So in order to arm it, throttle stick down, or push this red button. Okay, so it must not be bound to the transmitter from the factory. Okay, so in order to bind, this is what we're gonna have to do. Try one more time. Yeah, the props should be spinning right now and they're not. Okay, so we're going to unplug the quadcopter. We're going to turn off the transmitter. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hold down on the red button at the same time turning on the power button, making sure the throttle's down. Okay, you see it flashing there. Now we're going to go ahead and plug in the Bugs 3. And we're going to see if we can get these two to talk to each other and get bound here. Okay, I have a solid light on the Bugs 3. I have a solid green light on the transmitter. Now let's see what we have now. Push the red button. Oh yeah, props are spinning. Okay, so we hold the red button to stop the propellers from spinning. So that works great. Let's go ahead and go over some of the functions on the remote control here. This button on the top left, if we hold this button down, is actually used to turn off the LED lights. So we're going to hold it, and you see the lights went off. We're going to hold it again, and lights are on. Now, by pushing this button, now we're in high mode. So you have high mode and low mode. Let's start out in low mode just to see how it behaves. Now this button right here is used for 3D flips and rolls. Okay, so we'll be doing some fun little acrobatics with this little button here. And this button on the side, if you have the attached camera, this will go ahead and start recording if you have the MJX attached camera. So let's go ahead and take this guy up for the first time. I'm going to go ahead and push the red button. Now when we want to disarm, we just hold the red button and we'll disarm for us. These are our trims here. We'll see how it looks in the air. If we need to trim, we'll go ahead and do that. So here we go. Go ahead and arm the quad. Oh, here we go. Okay. Got a little bit of drift. Little bit of drift. Looks like it's drifting. We got some wind too, though, so don't discredit this wind today, guys. This wind is terrible. But so far, not doing too bad. This is in low mode. Might have to put it in high right off the bat from the wind. So you can see the rear lights have the blue LED lights in the rear, the clear LED lights in the front. But man, it sounds good. Sounds real good. What we need to do is go like in the garage without the wind and see how it hovers to do a trim. But yeah, you see the wind pushing it that way. Look at that. Let's go ahead and put it in high mode. See what high's like. All right, we are now in high mode. Oh wow, see that? A lot more responsive. A lot more responsive. Not doing too bad right now. Feels pretty good. Don't want to get carried away. Does have a gyro, but no GPS. So this is strictly just kind of for having some fun. And anxious to see what kind of flight time we get out of this guy with the stock battery and the stock charger. I'm not assuming to get too much. So far, it's very easy to control. A little windy today, so I want to just kind of keep it close by. Don't want to lose it just yet. But it handles very nice. The transmitter feels very locked in. There you go, a little punch there. Yeah, it's completely manual pretty much. I mean, you have auto level, but no GPS. So there's a little bit of yaw turn. There's our yaw, level 2. A little punch test. Okay, not too bad, you know. Like your typical GPS drone, you know, that's the kind of punch you're gonna see. You know, not too bad. Not bad. So hey, we go and try and do a flip here. Let's see. See if I can get my hand on the button here. Do a little flip here. Let's see. All right, let's try that again. Do a flip. Yep, I didn't do it. Let's try and do a flip. Yep, that didn't do it. Huh. Have to play around with the flips. Handles really well though. It sounds good. Pretty good responsiveness. Feels like it would be handled pretty nice with the camera on there. And the transmitter actually has a built-in low signal beeper. So if we get too far away, it'll start beeping to kind of tell you to come back. We're not going to find that out today. It's too windy. But it also has a low battery, so when the battery gets low, it'll tell us. But yeah, I think putting the camera on here, I mean, it handles really nice as far as kind of being smooth in the braking. Handles really well. Let's go ahead and play with dogs. I'm sure they'll love it. Yeah, they love these things, don't they? Like, what is that, man? What is that flying around here? Let's go play with the pug. If we don't crash, don't want to crash. He didn't like it. He did not like that whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, it's handling really nice. Good brakes. You just gotta allow for that braking, so when you let off, you kind of see how. Like, I'll show you right when I let off. Okay, so ready? Let off. See that? So it's got a little bit of delay in the, and that's going to help you get a little bit better footage too when you have that camera, if you have that nice little braking. If it was real jerky, you know, it would show up a lot more in the footage. So far it's handling good. Take it down for a sec. And we're going to hold, disarm. Alright, we're going to try these flips and rolls again. So evidently, to do the flips and the rolls, when you push this button, you have to move this stick in the direction you want it to flip at the same exact time. So let's go ahead and arm. There we go. Arming. Take it up. And let's try this this flip again. See if we can get this flip. So we're going to push it. Whoa, there you go. Whoa, there's a flip. That was pretty aggressive too. Ready? It did at the same time. That wind's picked up too. There you go. Okay. So yeah, have a little bit of fun, a little bit of flips. There you go. Okay. Very coordinated there. It's doing them. There you go. Okay. A little bit of flips there. Feels pretty good. Keep you on the edge of your seat while you're flying, huh? There you go. See a close up. The LEDs look real nice. LEDs look real nice. So I'm sure that the flight characteristics are probably going to change a little bit when you add that camera on the bottom. Add some weight to it. But without the camera, it feels very, very nice. Feels very nice. This definitely is a good tool to kind of get you into racing drones if you're just kind of starting out. This kind of has that kind of feel a little bit of your racing type drones. Obviously it's got the angle mode, so that's going to teach you the bad habits. It doesn't have acro, but this is nice. The brushless motors, I mean, for this $35, this is an excellent drone for the price. Like I said, we're gonna put a camera on it, and we'll see how it flies with the camera in another video. And we'll compare, you know, we'll compare the stabilized footage versus the non-stabilized footage. So what I'm anxious to know is if we spin around, okay, it's backwards, okay. So yeah, it's backwards. So when you spin around, all your controls, you know, left is left, right is right. It doesn't change so that it always turns the direction that you're flying. So keep that in mind when you're flying. You get turned around and you turn yourself around, just think about it the opposite. You want to turn left, turn your joystick right if it's turned around. So, but let's do a little punch real quick. There you go. And it's got a good little fall to it when I chop the throttle. See, it still maintains control. Still maintains control. So you see the kind of bank in there. It banks very nicely. Very nicely. Let's do a little flip. Here we go. There it is. Yeah. So flips are really, really easy once you get the hang of it. You just got to push these buttons and move the stick to your right, the direction you want to flip. So you want to go forward flip, you push it forward. You have to push it at the same exact time. Otherwise it won't flip, so you gotta do the same exact. So far we've been getting a decent amount of flight time. Obviously there's no camera attached, so it's lighter, but I'm impressed with the flight time right now. Been doing really well for a toy drone. Brushless motors help though, definitely more efficient. Let's go over here and mess with the dogs again. There it goes, the Bugs 3. Nice little manual flyer. Like I said, no GPS. Yeah. Not really. I mean, I guess you could say it has kind of an altitude hold, but not really. So if I let off the stick, you know, see how it's starting to float down, and you try to hold it there in a position, and it'll kind of stay, but It's just because the stick doesn't have any spring to it, but you see it's drifting. So, but definitely a fun little yard flyer. You know, if you want to fly around your yard, get a couple little shots. Now we're going into the wind. Going into the wind, you can see it, watch it drift. See it drifting? The wind is pushing it back that way. We can get up here a little bit higher, see what we can do. But this is in the high rate mode. I definitely recommend high rate if you're gonna be flying any kind of wind. Definitely want to have the high rate. But look at that, I'm pretty far and I still got good control. So that's nice. Still got a good control up there. Obviously the wind's higher up there than it is down here. But a fun little flyer. I don't think you can go wrong for $35. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And look, I mean, there's no camera on this drone right now, so I mean, is it even considered a drone at this point? I would say it's more like a quadcopter because there's no camera attached. But let's spin it around and take a look at the LED. Oh yeah, check that out. Definitely, I would say this drone is this quadcopter, whatever you want to call it, is probably not definitely for your real young kids. Like I think it says 14 and up on the box, so keep that in mind. This does not have GPS, so when you let go of the throttle, it's just going to drift. See that? You let go of the sticks, it's going to drift. So this would be one that would be probably easier to lose. It would be easier to lose, and with brushless motors, if you accidentally get hit with those blades, it's going to do some damage. That's going to do some damage for sure. Let's take a look at that LED light there. Look at the stance. Mean looking though, isn't it? I like the way it looks. Mean looking. There she goes. Up and away. Hopefully not too far away. I do say the LEDs make it nice for orientation. Having the blue on the back and the white on the front definitely helps for orientation, so you can keep your orientation. Don't lose your orientation here. I mean, it's not super fast, but I think it's fast enough to get somebody kind of into the hobby without spending an arm and a leg. That was full throttle. Not too bad. Do a full throttle punch. Ready? Okay, all right. Lay off that throttle, you can see she kind of just dives down, but the controller actually feels very nice. It feels very locked in. It said in the instructions that the controller is calibrated from the factory, so unless it acts wonky on you or starts acting up, you don't need to calibrate it. So that's a good thing to know. One extra step you don't need to do. And that's the good thing about this. I mean, you take it out of the box, you put the propellers on, you charge the batteries up, and you don't have to do firmware updates. You don't have to you know, calibrate a bunch of stuff. And you might just have to link the controller, because mine wasn't linked out of the box, but it's fairly easy. Definitely an easy process. But yeah, I like that. I do like that. So there it is, the MJX Bugs 3 in all her glory. This is the maiden flight. This is the first time I have flown this drone since I have received it. And I must say, the flight time right now is looking very nice, very nice. It's a nice little fun little backyard, little basher. I bet this will be really fun to fly when it gets dark. Those LEDs. You can definitely see those LEDs coming from decent amount, decent distance. Yeah, you can kind of hear it kind of twitching the motors and everything with the gyro and the angle mode. But it's working. It's working very well. And I mean, as far as I'm flying it, which I'm not flying it far, good thing is, you know, you don't have a lot of interference because it's not Wi-Fi. You're running the 2.4 gigahertz for the control, so that's nice. You don't have to worry about a lot of interference. Like I got my Wi-Fi dish up there, but doesn't seem to be affecting it at all. The Bugs 3. Still no beat. Man, this thing is like going on for days. Really impressive flight time. Wow, I am really impressed. The flight time on this. And I mean, I haven't been, you know, just kind of putting around. I've been giving it to her. Definitely been giving it to her. Sometimes it's nice to fly low to the ground. Give you a little bit of practice there. Definitely don't want to be crashing, but this is, I'm pretty sure, besides the propellers, she looks pretty robust. So if you did have a crash, pretty sure she would take it pretty well. The propellers might be a different story. Yeah, you can see she got a little bit of action going on. Let's do another flip. There you go. There you go. Definitely wouldn't recommend flying this indoors for sure. And you notice right when it does the flip, it actually does give a little bit more throttle, which is good. Because if you're down real low, you know, you don't want it crashing itself. But yeah, it does give itself a little bit of throttle right before you do your flip. Man, I can't say enough about the flight time on this thing. I mean, it's just going on for days. And this is the stock battery with the stock charger. I mean, I didn't even put this on my hobby grade charger. So that's really cool. But yeah, I will be charging it on the hobby grade charger from here on out. But I'm telling you, this thing is, no wonder this thing got so many awesome reviews. I mean, even for the $100 price point when it first came out, I mean, that for the flight time you're getting with this, that's good. So yeah, I'd be anxious to compare the flight times once we slap a camera on there and those extended arm, those extended landing gear, slap a camera on there and see how much it actually, you know, takes out of the flight time having the camera. Okay, so now we're getting our flashing LEDs. See that? And you hear the transmitter. Transmitter's beeping, letting you know, hey, battery's low, time to land. You don't want to damage the battery, so go ahead and bring it down to a land. Lands very easily. We're going to hold down the red button. And there we go. Yeah, I guess it's going to continue to beep. No, that's kind of silly why it would just continue to beep. But let's go ahead and unplug the Bugs 3 here. It's letting you know, hey, we lost power. Something's wrong. It's pretty cool. And turn that off. There we are. There we are. The MJX Bugs 3 maiden line of sight flight. And I'm impressed. I mean, I think this is probably, right now, probably one of the best toy drones you can buy for $35 for sure. Like, you know, brushless motors. It's got a super long flight time. It's got all kinds of attachments you can get for it. You can get, you know, FPV cameras. You can mod it yourself and add your own antennas. I mean, this thing is, the possibilities are endless with the MJX Bugs 3. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be doing more flights. We're going to strap a camera on this bad boy, do some comparison flights with the MJX Bugs 3. Till next time, edrone out.